Alex was diagnosed with autism at 18 months, and his initial developmental assessment at 21 months stated that he was in the 3rd percentile for his age group, and that his functional behaviors were rated as that of a child of 10 months. And so that was obviously, he was very behind. And I do agree with the assessment at the time. I think it was a very accurate assessment of his level of dysfunction. So we tried at home to basically to help him out. You know, between my husband and I, we took all the workshops and we tried to promote connection with the family members, and we tried to promote communication. He was completely nonverbal at the time. And I was on a maternity leave, and so I figured I would do as best as I could to help him out. And I gave him a PEX binder, and we started to get some form of communication that way. But after a year of doing this on our own, we really didn't see as much progress as we would have liked. And despite the fact that he was in a really great environment with a lot of attention, a lot of stimulation, we weren't quite getting the results that we had hoped for, and so we decided to seek some outside help. So then at this point he was 2.5 years old. Still really didn't have a lot of connection with us and with his baby brother, and was still completely nonverbal, although he was able to communicate in a very basic way for his very basic needs using the PEX system at that point. And then we got him enrolled at Portia, and they had started to work with him, and we saw a skyrocketing of his progress from all of the months that we worked with him. We saw more progress in a day, which was quite humbling actually, and but very encouraging. And we basically, Alex didn't really even have babbling with consonants when he started at Portia. And within one session, they started to get some consonants out of him and using their special techniques. And so they built up every consonant word, and then that went to words and then to sentences. And we had seen speech therapists, a couple of speech therapists beforehand, but the odd session once a week really wasn't enough, and they weren't able to get him out of just his humming that he would do, his closed mouth humming. And so when Portia therapists started working with him and getting consonants out within an afternoon and went on from there, he actually said his first word a month into being in therapy. And from there, it just snowballed. And as I said, he became verbal fairly quickly after that. And the attachment, the emotional attachment, seemed to follow along shortly after that as well. So then he started to interact with his brother in ways that he had never done before. His brother, for the whole first year and a half that his brother was around, he treated him like a piece of furniture, had no interest in him whatsoever. And then he started becoming interested in him, which was great to see. And his overall level of functionality just kept improving, and as things would come out, some tantrum behavior, or certain pocket areas of dysfunction, the therapists would work on it, and these behaviors would dissolve. And so we've gone from a child who had very, very low level of functioning to a 4.5-year-old who's just blossomed into a very, very functional child. Functional is an understatement. He's integrated completely into junior kindergarten and has friends and has every level of emotion you can think of, and has enormous attachment to other people, to everybody. And a very surprising level of sociability. He's one of the more sociable kids in his class, ironically enough. He is one of the most popular little boys in his class, and has started to flirt with the little girls as well, and telling them how lovely they look in their nice dresses, which was quite funny to see. So it's been an incredible journey over the last 3 years, and I would say that we owe Portia and we owe behavioral therapy an incredible amount, because it's transformed him and really given him the opportunity to fulfill his true potential.